HK21 has been one of my dream guns ever since I first found out that they exist. But because they were so ridiculously expensive, I never thought that I would have my own until I've more or less made my fortune. That was until earlier this year. The Portuguese military swapped out their HK21s for H&K MG4s, and the demilitarized HK21s were made into parts kits and imported by Century Arms. So here I am now, unboxing one for my 0 subscriber special. There it is. Like I said, Century Arms was importing these, so it makes sense that it would come in a Century box. This one is from Centerfire Systems. There were a few dealers that were selling these, but I went with Centerfire because they had an option that was guaranteed to be a Type 2 demil cut with matching serial numbers. It comes with this checklist. Make sure it includes all of the parts. So let's see what's in this box here. This is a small parts bag. It contains the barrel handle assembly, rear sight, flash hider, and the retaining pins for the grip housing and the stock. Here's the belt feed mechanism. This is so cool. This is the lower plate to the feed mechanism. This is the upper plate to the feed mechanism. here's the bolt. Looks like, let's see if I can get the camera to focus. This is a licensed copy of the German HK21, made by Fábrica Militar de Portugal, FMP. Even though this is an FMP-made bolt carrier, it came with an HK bolt. This is a SEF trigger housing. Bipod. Here's the barrel shroud. The main difference between the Type B D-mill cut and the regular one is that the housing for the belt feed assembly and the barrel shroud, it's all kept as one piece instead of being cut off right here. The other difference is that a section of the receiver with the rear sight and rear sight base is cut off, instead of only including the rear sight by itself. And it still has the cocking handle. And the front sight. And finally is the stock and the recoil spring, and it looks like this one came with a free sling. It looks almost identical to a G3 stock, but the back plate of an HK21 has these two lugs so it can be attached to a tripod. See if I can get everything on screen. Never actually handled an HK21 before, so let's see if I instinctively know how all of this goes together. While I was putting it together, I checked if everything on the checklist was included, and it looks like Centerfire never forgot anything. I also checked the serial numbers, and they're all matching. It's beautiful. In this state, it's still legally a pile of scrap metal, and I'm planning on eventually converting it into a semi-auto rifle, but in order to do that, it still needs a receiver and a barrel. This happens to be the earliest version of the HK21, which is basically just a G3 with a belt feed mechanism grafted onto it. Because it's so similar to the G3, there's a pretty big aftermarket of compatible parts that can be used to complete it. The only thing that really isn't readily available is the barrel, and original HK21 barrels are very rare and expensive, but because of how popular these parts kits are, there are currently 2 companies that are making limited runs of new US made barrels. And even if I'm not able to get a hold of one of those, there's still another option, which is to use a G3 trunnion and barrel assembly. But no matter what it is I end up doing, this project is going to be a huge undertaking. So you probably won't be seeing this parts kit again on the channel for at least a couple years, either until I've accumulated enough skills and infrastructure to build it myself, or I've accumulated enough money to send it to someone who actually knows what they're doing. Don't lie, we were all thinking it. And the answer is yes, it does fit. In fact, it fits a little too well.